Hi, I'm psychologist Dr. Rich O'Neill with this week's checkup from the neck up, the tyranny of I have to. Well, folks, the morning I wrote this, I woke up thinking, I have to write my checkup from the neck up. And the prospect didn't feel like the usual opportunity for fun, more like a chore. And then my brain launched into listing all the other things I had to do that day. And none of those sounded very fun either. And when I sat down and started reviewing the ideas I jotted down for this checkup over the prior couple of days, I had trouble. I couldn't figure out what my point was. One idea went this way, others went that way. I'd pick one and start to sketch it in and have trouble connecting one idea to the next. To get focused, I asked myself, what is it you really want to say, Rich? I couldn't come up with a clear answer. And whenever I came up with something, I'd hear myself thinking, who's going to find that interesting, Rich? And what is your point anyway? That's boring. And I'd lose interest, or more accurately, never get interested in the first place and give up. I did that for a good hour and ended up with a jumbled blob of disconnected sentences, elbow on the desk, head in my hand, barely an inch further than when I first started. Now, you know how I like to write from my own life experience? Well, I reviewed my recent life, but couldn't find anything interesting to write about. So, even though it's spring, and I love spring, the bloom was definitely off the rose. My life seemed downright wilted and droopy. Finally, I realized that is the point. You are burnt out, Rich. You've been doing too much for too long, and if you want to get the zip back into the zippy OIA, you need a break. But Rich, you have to do this, you have to do that, you've got this on the schedule, you can't stop now and take a vacation. I ask myself if that's really true. The fact is, the world would go on just fine without whatever mediocre contribution I would be making if I just kept slogging along to the beat of, I have to, I have to, I have to. In fact, the world would be better off without one more person, me, warbling off-key in that monotonous chorus. So, dear listeners, I don't have to. I'm going on vacation. Goodbye. I'm Dr. Rich, Leisure Man O'Neill. Thanks for tuning in.